An apartment complex in downtown Sioux City say they are seeing an increase in the homeless trespassing and sleeping in their hallways.
Our Taylor Decker spoke with someone who lives in that building who's trying to bring awareness to those issues.
Johnston, a tenant and disabilities advocate, says homeless people are getting into their apartment complex off Nebraska Street.
I always try to do things for people who are homeless and things like that, but when you're urinating in our elevator, some of them having sex in our stairway, it's kind of frightening to a lot of the tenants.
Even finding a homeless person sleeping behind a couch in the building.
A lot of us are disability and some of them are elder. They started getting very scared to even come out of their apartment building. When they started talking to me, they knew that I've been an advocate and stood up for a lot of it. Didn't like to have it.
Johnston says current tenants who were previously homeless are letting others experiencing homelessness into this building.
So they had them sleep in the hallway or in that entryway. If they just let them in on the main floor after 10 o'clock, they just open the stairway and get in and sleep in our stairway.
Other tenants in the building who did not want to go on camera also say at times they sneak in behind residents that enter the building.
It's going to be imperative that people get to know their neighbors and also that the building managers work with the residents to implement these security measures and make sure that they're followed.
These issues have now continued over the course of 2 years, according to Johnston, getting worse each week. This can be considered trespassing.
They come in, they're still technically breaking the law. Now, do we arrest or charge everybody that wanders in to get out of the cold or something like that? Not always. We try to work with them, try to refer them to resources, especially if they are experiencing some sort of homelessness or some sort of need.
When did you notice this becoming a problem?
Probably in 2020 for over a year.
At least 10 police reports have been filed with Sioux City Police in 2021 about the homeless issues and continuing into 2022.
There were also several times where I found them sleeping in the stairway. I asked them to move or leave and they wouldn't do it. And then we had to start calling 911.
Johnston took matters into his own hands to help his neighbors. He says he would walk the halls at night, checking the stairwells and places where residents would often find them sleeping, but stopped when he was attacked.
And another incident where I found them eating breakfast in a stairway, I asked them to leave, and when I followed them out of the building, trying to get a picture, I actually went down the alley to make sure I got the evidence of who they were. One of the people started running at me.
He says they stole his phone, glasses, and other things. I tried to get in contact with Community Housing Initiatives of Iowa, who manages the complex, but have not gotten a response at the time of this broadcast. If the homeless were not let into the building, several reports say tenants would hear yelling from the alleyways and across the street to bring attention. Johnston brought this issue before city officials for help.
Part of the reason why I went to City Council was if the people did not get in the building after 10 o'clock, some of them would go across the street to the museum, sit over there, and yell for the people that they would be able to get in the building with.
Although the apartment complex has not said how they're handling the homeless situation, police say, "We have been working with the management of the apartments in order to continue finding solutions." Furthermore, patrol officers walk the downtown skywalks and also stop by this address as part of their patrol.
We know this affects people's feeling of safety and their quality of life, and so we definitely want to get to those calls, give them the attention they need.
I try to be an advocate for people with disability, but if you're going to assault me,